Welcome back, fans and friends. For this video, I have the second of the two parts that I was going to do, the Plymouth-based vehicles, and this one's a little bit older, 2019. And it's a Mecum Auctions from Greenlight. As you can see there, I'm trying to get the best possible picture without glare, and it is a 1969 Plymouth Hemi GTX. As you can see there, they had some problems putting this cardboard information panel on there, so hopefully that's the worst of the things with this vehicle. As you can see, it has the standard Greenlight stuff, so it's a Series 4 8 plus 1/64 scale and contains one diecast vehicle. We have the limited edition up there, diecast chases, and everything else. It looks really nice in the picture, so as you can see here, there's no rearview mirrors, but that's fine. The other major thing that I'm worried about is if you look in there, you see the hood doesn't close. Hopefully it does, but we will see. We will see. So this one apparently, there's another thing too, but this information is not really with the packaging. There's the reverse side of the car, Mecum Auctions. So it's like their Barrett Jackson. So if you compare the two auctions, it's either the one or the other. Especially selling these kind of cars for 100 grand. And as you can see the vehicle over there, that's the Hemi engine, I believe the 426. So the other thing with this car is I don't understand very much, but it says here one of 98 Hemi GTX hardtops produced in 1969 with a 4-speed manual transmission. But then you go down here and it says 4-speed automatic transmission, and I don't imagine these cars having both transmissions. Anyway, other than that, you have the red line tires, leather bucket seats and consoles, black vinyl top, and it is refreshed in the 1970 limelight green paint and air grabber hood, which is the scoop. 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine that they're famous for. And as I was saying earlier, this is 2019, and then you have all the usual Plymouth and related logos or trademarks now of FCA. We know that they don't use it anymore, but they like branding things for it, getting paid to basically do nothing. And as you can see here, the production day is 2019 and the 315th day, so around mid-November. And the 14562M production number, all Greenlight social media, and the exact same stuff from the front. 8 plus 164, diecast metal chases, and limited edition. And so I'm going to look underneath the vehicle if we can see the limited edition number. But it's right above the information. It is number 2503. So I don't know how many they make, but out of the ones they've made, this is 2503. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Like I said, this one's been sitting around doing nothing for, well, they all do nothing. But just to bring up before I take it out of the package, Mecum Auctions, they have this Mecum Sold sticker. And it is on top there if you look at the top left of the windshield front. Anyway, I do see the red line tires happen to be evenly done. We have everything else here more or less acceptable. So just a second. Just angle it a little bit better maybe for the, here we have it. And I really do like the car, how it looks. As we can see here though, we do have some of Greenlight's famous. We're going to leave these weird production marks on the top. Because it's the vinyl top finish, it's a matte black, it's very easy to see. As you can see there, they've kind of messed it up. Does it detract from the whole car? Probably not seriously, but it is one of those things where it's kind of like a glue thing, and I don't want to use a cleaner on it. So let's just go ahead and cover the car. We'll start from the front because, as you can see, it is the GTX. So when it was a separate car, Pontiac did it with the GTO and Buick with the GSX. And then they added it as a trim level later on. You can clearly see Plymouth here, written on the front of the side of the hood. You have the two, what they call the air grabber type hood. Clearly says Hemi on the side there. Nice and plain to read. We can clearly see into the cabin, painted windshield wipers, defroster on the front there. There's a huge gap on the base of the hood where it connects to the joint. We'll see how that goes. On to the left side, the wheels appear to be done level in terms of the red line. You remember the Barracuda, M2 did not get a single wheel right. So here we're half, 50%. You have the indicating signal lights done okay. It does say GTX there. Maybe a little bit hard to see because of the glare, but it does say GTX. All the lights happen to be painted more or less okay. I do see a little bit of an indent issue there. That's not as bad here, but overall, yeah, you can see it right there. It's kind of damaged, like it's been rear-ended. On to the other side, I did not see a gas cap, but and it says GTX there as well, and Plymouth on the other side there. So just in case you're wondering, it's just written in the letters that with the lime green. A little bit harder to see. We can see Mecum Auctions there, and I brought this up 100 times, where they can paint things on the license plate. It makes it look so much better, and they don't do it on all their cars. So on to the other side, it is the exact same as the other with the GTX on the side there, indicating signals, lights, everything else. And I will do the underside before I pop the hood. Just to be quick about it, you have the plain detail from Greenlight, like I said, the 2503 for the limited edition number, 315 out of 2019, the exact same production number, and the GL029C coding for the product number of the vehicle, like in their factories. I forget to cover it sometimes. And I'm just reinforcing it there. You have the dual exhaust on the other side of the auto, what I believe is the gas tank. There's the mufflers in front of the rear axle. It's a rear-wheel drive car after all. And this is obviously a re-release, 2007, but it is built 2019. And there it has it, 1969 Plymouth GTX, but no mention of Hemi. There's the licensing for the 2019. And there's the two punches. So if you didn't know that it was a Hemi by opening the hood. So the hood is very stiff, which is good, but it does not open very much, which is bad. And as you can see, they sort of missed the paint again on that side, and they pulled what happened in the Barracuda video is you can see this one is skinnier than that one. I don't know what's going on. They don't like Plymouth, I guess. And the other thing I don't like is the gap does not allow the hood to open wide. So anyway, so just more or less the Hemi here is very basically painted. It is the orange cylinder on top of the black engine in the lime green engine tray. So it is very basic when you compare it to some of the other M2s, some of the other Greenlights. Unfortunately, I really did like the look of the vehicle, but now that the more I see it, it does get, as you can see, the hood is not perfectly stamped flat, which detracts from it a little bit. You can see a painting line there. It's not as evident on that side, so I don't know if that's like part of the car, or is that a miss? No, you can see it's a stamping error. So this car has a couple of issues, like the M2 that I did last. I will do the roll test quickly. No, this thing flies. So if you like this sort of vehicle and you can stomach the matte black painting here, and if you look, don't get one with a gap because it produces that kind of a gap as well. Some of the other Greenlights, they have much better fittings, but this is already 3 years old, so I think I can forgive it. It just looks really nice. And finally, we have there the Mecum Auctions. It does say sold underneath the Mecum. Nice and plain to see, so they can clearly print things very well. And while they have things on the back license plate, they don't have anything on the front license plate. So here we are again, back to the why you did it halfway, but not all the way. The cabin looks nice, clean, not as and it's easy to see into. Unfortunately, the rear window, here you can clearly see they have done a good job with, well, an okay job actually with the front, but the back one is sort of messed up, which is unfortunate. So I mean, if you're gonna run out and get this one, just be aware. Perhaps look at it in person rather than buying it online. This might just be my experience, I have no idea. But other than that, I do like it. Like, there are separate, the painting is done really well on most of the vehicle. The lights are done well. Everything is seemed to be more or less. But the major issues, I believe, is hood related. So with those little indents, the gap, and the gap. And then obviously a little bit here is an issue. There is an issue. I think that's damage, I'm pretty sure. But because as you can see there, it's kind of sharp there while it's curved here. So it's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. That's the one I got. That's the one I got. I do believe I paid like $1.50 for this. So I really shouldn't complain for a Greenlight so cheap. Walmart wanted to get it off the shelf, and here we are. So without any further of everybody's time wasting, I will just say that this is a B+, A-. I do like the car. I do like more or less, even with the problems with the hood, it does look nice. So a worthy addition to the collection. I don't know if I have any other GTXs, but this is a good and first one. Major issues being the hood, some of the painting on the matte black vinyl roof, no rearview mirrors, and more or less everything else is okay. And they didn't paint the front license plate, but painted the black license plate. So without anything else, I would like to thank you guys for watching, and girls, and till the next one. It's Thomas from Toronto.